Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Inside Guns with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. Today, I want to clarify something I said in the past that has got some people confused and angry at me. I said that the recent ruling by a Supreme Court stating that the Constitution does indeed guarantee your right to carry a firearm outside your home for self-defense is going to be great for gun rights, but bad for the gun industry in some ways and the gun community. And people are coming at me like, you're anti-gun. You're saying this ruling isn't great and that you think there should be restrictions. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. In fact, I have always been one of the few channels that's 100% no restrictions. A lot of them jumped on that bandwagon when people started supporting that idea, but I've been doing it for long before that. I've been saying no restrictions. Not background checks, not anything. And I'm still like that. I'm just acknowledging that this victory is going to hurt the industry. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's a reality. Right now, the gun industry, including gun rights groups, gun manufacturers, retailers, and the YouTube channels that support them, they are all benefiting from an inflated market. Over the last 20 years, especially 12 to 15 years when YouTube's been a big part of it, there has been an artificially inflated gun market. Gun sales have exploded. And it's been because people are fearful of losing their gun rights. They're under constant attack by the anti-gun left, so they are afraid they'll be successful and they'll lose their rights. So there's been an increased demand because people are afraid they won't be able to get things later. So they're buying more than they want to. When they go to the gun shop, they're saying, well, I only want one AR, but I better buy 4 because I might never be able to get one again. That's artificially increased profits for the industry. People are giving more money to the NRA, the GOA, etc., thinking, oh my God, my gun rights are under attack. I better pay the people who are supposedly fighting for my gun rights. So they're giving them more money. Things like that are happening constantly. The YouTube channels that support the industry, they're selling a lot more product, using discount codes, making a lot more money. I know a lot of YouTube channels that are making 7 figures a year just going, boo, buy more product, boo, be afraid and buy more product. Everything they do is basically leans towards that. Even when they tell you about bad things the government's doing, they're trying to convince you to go out and buy more product so that you're ready when the boogaloo comes. And they've been very profitable doing that because of the overinflated market, the artificially inflated market. And they want to hold on to that. And that requires people to stay afraid. That's why they're saying boo so much. But when we win big victories like this, people are less afraid. They don't buy as much product. When people feel comfortable that their rights are going to be there tomorrow, they don't overextend themselves today. They don't rely on big talking heads to fight for their rights when they feel their rights are safe. So donations go down to big groups. People buy less from manufacturers, buy less from retailers. They give less money to YouTube channels that try to sell them the fear. And because the companies that they're supporting, that the channels support are making less money, they give them less money. So everybody's getting hurt in the end financially that's tied into the industry, which relies on this inflated market. You saw an example of how people being comfortable hurts the market when Trump got elected. Gun sales bottomed out because everybody was not afraid right now because Trump's in. And then 2 things happened. Trump said, take their guns and give them due process later. And then half the country decided that, because they didn't like the way police were behaving, they had the right to burn down their own neighborhoods. People started thinking, oh, well, I better buy guns again. So the market went back up because that fear came back. Now that we're winning victories on the Supreme Court level, people are being comfortable that my rights exist and they can't take them from me. And as we see things like magazine restrictions go away and assault weapons bans go away, assault weapons in parentheses there just to make people happy, they're going to start being less demand for these products. There's going to be less artificial market. People are going to be comfortable. They're going to be like, I don't need to buy 20 magazines for my gun. I'll just buy 5. I don't need to buy 6 guns this month. I'll just buy 1. I can't even buy 1 the last few months. But you know what I'm talking about here. As fear goes down, demand goes down, and it'll eventually get back to a regular market. And a lot of the gun manufacturers know this in a way because you've seen people bitching about, well, there's so much demand for guns. Why aren't they up in production? Because they know it's an artificial demand. And if it was to go away tomorrow, they would have paid all this money to ramp up production, have all this product sitting in warehouses, and then the demand goes away and they lose their shirts. That's why you don't see them like building different new factories and everything, because they know it's artificial. Now, as far as us as consumers, it can hurt us a little bit too, because as things like magazine bans get overturned, which is only a matter of time now, because the Supreme Court sent those back down to the lower courts telling them they ruled wrong, rule again. So pretty soon, those are going to go away, followed by other things. And when they do, there will be an increased demand for things like magazines, especially in states that couldn't get them previously. We saw that once before when it got overturned in California. People bought magazines like crazy. Causes an increased demand. That'll happen. States that couldn't get AR-15s before will now be able to get them. And they'll go out there and they'll buy them up. And there'll be shortages. And that'll hurt us because that'll mean prices will go up. There'll be shortages. But that's a normal part of what's happening. And it's temporary. And the manufacturers will know that, so they're not going to say, wow, we're selling 10 times as many magazines right now. Let's shut down this line and start making magazines on it instead of making guns. Or let's open a new magazine plant. They're not going to do that because they know this is temporary, and once these people catch up, the demand will go away. So that will mean shortages and higher prices for the market, but that's normal market happenings there. It's not artificial there. That's people catching up. But as people, like I said, get more comfortable, they're going to buy less and less. They're going to give less money to things like the GOA and the NRA. Those companies are going to give less money to the YouTube channels. Retailers are going to have less customers coming through their doors. You know, it's just going to be bad financially for a lot of companies unless they have kept in mind this is temporary, this large explosion. When you're my age, 10 years of something doesn't seem like that much. A lot of people right now that are in the gun community, especially, you know, up to 35, 40 years old, that's all they've known is this artificial demand, this artificial environment of fear, which it wasn't completely artificial. I mean, some of the things these people talk about are true. They just exaggerate them a little bit to make you more scared. And it worked when the Supreme Court was staying silent on gun rights, but now they have not been. We've been getting major victories. So like I said, this is going to hurt the bottom line of manufacturers, gun right groups who siphon off a lot of your money, retailers that have had record sales, and it's going to hurt the talking heads on YouTube that profit off this. You've actually seen some of the talking heads on YouTube move to the other market, wanting to be, you know, talking heads for gun rights groups, being movers and shakers like Military Arms Channel and Iraq Veteran. They're now movers and shakers in the GOA, which has been their goal from the beginning, to be powerful people in the gun community so they can make money. Nothing wrong with that, but you got to understand people's motivations when you start taking their advice on things. So that's what I've been talking about. Like I said, these decisions are great for the gun rights community. They're great for the Second Amendment. They're great for people like me that are no compromise. They're bad for people who are making their living off the fear. Because as we become more comfortable in the fact that our rights are our rights and we see the left failing more and more, people are going to buy less and less. People are going to give less and less to talking heads who tell them they need to or you're going to lose your rights. It's just what's going to happen. So even though this decision is great for us, for some people who've had their money, their hands in the money pot, these decisions are going to cause a lot of problems. All right, everybody, that's it for me today. But before I go, I want to remind you, all the rest of this month, we are doing the Fur Friends Animal Rescue Fundraiser. If you haven't already, please go over to tympistolproject.com. There's a link in the upper corner of this video. Order one of the stickers. When you order the stickers, you're actually making a donation to Fur Friends Animal Rescue. The sticker is just kind of a thank you and a way for me to keep track, because when you buy stickers, you're going to be getting entries. How many entries based on which sticker you buy. There's an explanation on the website. And we're going to be doing a drawing at the end for an $800 gift certificate to the online retailer of your choice, like someone like maybe Grab a Gun, if you choose them. But go on over, buy a sticker, donate to a good cause, save an animal in need, because there are so many animals right now needing saving. And it's why we're doing this early this year, because animal groups are just being flooded with high-need animals, abused animals, neglected animals, abandoned animals at record rates. So go over, donate, help out an animal in need, get yourself a sticker. If you don't want a sticker, you can use the link above where you'll see the link on the webpage. There's a link up there where you can donate just through PayPal. For every $10 you donate through PayPal, you'll also get an entry into the drawing at the end. So if you don't want to mess with stickers, you can just donate through PayPal. But if you want the sticker, go ahead, go down, order one of them, order all of them. Order multiples of all of them if you can. Don't feel bad if you can't participate. Only feel bad if you could and you choose not to. Because right now, we're trying to save the lives of so many animals in need. So please go over, buy a sticker, or just donate, and we'll do that drawing at the end of the month. And now I am actually out of here. I hope you enjoyed the show. I really do appreciate you coming, and I hope you come back again tomorrow. Until then, I want to remind everyone out there to always carry and stay safe till I see you again.